9/11, 2001, the day that changed everything. What brought us the Patriot Act, what started the downfall of this once great nation, 9/11. And what I want to show you right now is the great lengths the powers that be, the Illuminati, the Rothschilds, whatever the hell you want to call them, go to put sacred numerology, gematria into every single thing they do. Now, right now, you're looking at the World Trade Center, obviously. Now, if you look real closely, well, I don't even think you have to look closely for this one, you see, side by side, both towers resemble the number 11. Now, it took 11 years to build the World Trade Center in a place called New York City, which has 11 letters in its name. New York was the 11th state in the Union. Now, if you look at the towers again, they both have 110 stories. Again, take out the zeros. 1, 1. Again, you have 11. So, what I'm trying to point out here is this is not a coincidence, and if you believe so, well, let's see if I can change your mind a little bit. Let's go to my website here a little bit, GaryTheNumbersGuy.net. Just Google my name. And what I'm going to show you is September 11th happened on the 11th. September 11th was the 254th day of the year. 254 equal 11. The first plane that hit the World Trade Center was Flight 11. Building 7 that fell had 47 stories. Again, 4 and 7, 11. Now, the day America retaliated for the supposed story about what happened on 9/11, if you're going to believe the government conspiracy, we attacked Afghanistan, a nation again with 11 letters, on 10/7/2001. Take out the zeros, 1721, again you have an 11. Now, not only was the World Trade Center hit on 9/11, so was the Pentagon, 11 letters. And by the way, the Pentagon, ground broke on the Pentagon, 9/11, 1941, 60 years to the day. Now let's look at the words in 9/11. Now we talked about New York City, Afghanistan, the Pentagon, Air Force One. How about Shanksville? Do you remember where the other jet crashed? Shanksville, 11 letters. Now what I want to do is go throughout history and show you how the number 11 always seems to pop up. Let's look at this. 3/11, 2004, the Madrid trade bombing, Europe's 9/11, where exactly 191 people died. 191/11. Japan, exactly 7 years later, one of the biggest earthquakes since in human history, a huge tsunami, and a nuclear disaster that we still don't know what's going to happen, what the end result is, happened on 3/11. And what I find curious about this one is the first tsunami waves hit Japan at exactly 3/11 Japanese time. Yeah, check that one out. Now, let's go throughout history and see what else has happened. Did you know Muhammad led the Islamic army to conquer Mecca on 1/11? 630? I mean, it really doesn't matter where you're going with this, or if you go to modern day history, what's the country that's causing a lot of trouble right now in the Middle East? Iran. And they became an Islamic Republic on 2/11, 1979. Now, folks, what I'm trying to tell you here is this is not a coincidence that they will take the time to build something of that magnitude, make sure everything aligned perfectly so they could do what they needed to do on that fateful day. Folks, this is not coincidental. I'm not telling you this is an inside job. I'm not going to be the one who's telling you Bush did it. I don't think a guy like Bush has enough juice. You're talking about puppets. They don't have enough juice to pull something like that off. The people who did this run the whole show. They're the ones who put Bush in power, and they're the ones who give money to Bush's attack dogs. Same thing with Obama. They're all puppets. But that's a dog and pony show. But I just want you to look at the detail they went into to put all the 11s in that day. And by the way, when they knocked down that World Trade Center, if you go look at the history books, they had a visual, like a light visual, and it lasted exactly 11 days. This is nothing new. Let's look at that day, September 11 in history. Supposedly, Henry Hudson sailed into into New York City, modern-day Manhattan, on 9/11, 1969. By the way, in Israel, I mean not in Israel, in Germany, The Olympic Games in 1972. Exactly 11 Israeli athletes were murdered. 11. American history, 9/11, 1772. 300 Indians get slaughtered. History. I'm not laughing because you either laugh or cry at this. 9/11, 1777 was the first day an American flag was used in battle. I mean, this stuff never stops. So what I'm trying to tell you, whether it's 9/11 or 3/11, or, you know, and no matter what, any websites, don't think it's one group responsible for this. But just look at this and just remember, it happened on 9/11 for a reason. That's all I want you folks to take out of this. Ask yourself, why all the 11s? Why was Flight 11? Why was it 11? Why are all these 11s around? And if you study this stuff, you'll come to the same conclusion than I have. The elite use vibrational energy because the numbers are in tune with the energy all around us. And unless people wake up, they're going to enslave us. It's very, very simple. Because that date they keep talking about, that phony date of 12/21/2012, 12/21/2012 adds up to an 11. They have something planned, but it's not the end of the world. Don't buy that for 1 second, folks. Again, my name is Gary the Numbers Guy, and you just hopefully learned something.